Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you are here. My name is Kathy. Welcome. Today I want to decorate a little bit for fall. It is an absolutely gorgeous day out. Like the sun is just so bright shining through my window here. I got you in front of the window so that I can record with more natural lighting. But I think I saw it's supposed to go up to 29 or 30 degrees today. So it's just a beautiful day. It is the last day of September, by the way, but you will be seeing this the first week in October. But today just happened to be the day that I have time to make this video. I don't like to decorate for different seasons so far in advance. There has been lots of those videos out there already. And I don't want my channel to reflect and look like a copycat of other creators, but I have enjoyed decorating some for all the different seasons, like from way back before internet even existed or YouTube even existed. When my kids were little growing up, I would always decorate a little bit for all the different seasons, and they really loved it. I used to bring a lot of natural things in from outside. But nowadays, it's so convenient with all the stuff that's out there in the stores. It's almost overwhelming, to be honest. But I do want my channel to reflect more of like a Christian-based channel and just about our lives in general. But I do like to do a little bit of other things as well, with the decorating and things. So I will be doing that today, and yes, I will be making myself a pumpkin drink, not because everyone else is doing that, but because I love pumpkin drinks and anything pumpkin. Believe it or not, I used to not like pumpkin at all. Growing up, we didn't have anything with pumpkin, and then when I met my husband, that's when I started to learn about pumpkin pie and have pumpkin pie, and I started to like it more and more and more. Now, oh my goodness, I love everything pumpkin, and we've been having pumpkin pie, and I've been drinking pumpkin drinks now for a while already. I don't really like the bought pumpkin drinks because I have very sensitive kidneys, and all the artificial sweeteners and everything that they add in there, I can't handle it. So I make my own, and so that's what I will be doing today before I start decorating. That's what I'll make so I can sip on it throughout the afternoon here. I've got my stuff laid out over here. I've gone through a lot and gotten rid of lots already. I did this all yesterday. So we will get started. I have a few new things that I did buy this year. Was never even planning on it, but one of the trips I was with my husband on the road, we happened to go to Hobby Lobby or stop there, and they had everything 50% off. So I did grab a few things there, and I will show it to you. But most of it is all stuff I have collected from years and years and years, or thrifted or bought new. But I normally never pay full price, either clearance, half off, or thrifted. But I don't have a lot of stuff, not compared to what some people do. But we will get started. I'm just glad you're here, and I hope you're all doing really well and that you're all healthy and everything is well with your family and everything. It's just the way life has been lately. I think we take a lot of stuff for granted, and just something to remember. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'll make my drink first, and then I'll share a little bit with you what I have, and then we'll get started. Oh, and then later on in the video, I will add a footage from our weekend. My husband was home, and of course he's now always home on the weekends with this job, which I absolutely love. But I made apple pie, and then of course we ended up making a pumpkin pie yet. So I will insert that footage here after I'm done decorating. Then we did a little bit of hiking yet. So I will put that all in here after the decorating. And then at the end of this video of everything, then I want to talk to you a little bit about my channel and what my plans are for the month of October. So stay tuned. I'm gonna go ahead and just make a little bit of pumpkin whip topping. Mine is all gone that I had in the fridge. There is many different variations of this online, but I'm gonna go ahead and start with 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, and I am going to add some pumpkin puree. My pumpkin puree is almost gone. This is just leftovers from the pumpkin pie we made on the weekend. I will be baking a full pumpkin. And for Thanksgiving, we will have a lot more pumpkin. I do like to bake my own instead of buying it in a can. We'll do some vanilla and a splash of maple syrup. And then I will do some coconut sugar. Maybe 2 tablespoons. And then I will also add some pumpkin spice. And a little bit of cinnamon, why not? And I'm gonna go ahead and blend this up, and then we will get started on the coffee. I've got some crushed ice here. We're just gonna go ahead and add the espresso in here. I did a double espresso. And then to that, I will add some milk. And I will add a little bit more pumpkin in there. We'll add a little sprinkle of pumpkin spice to that, as well as, again, a little bit of vanilla, and just stir that all up. And then I'll go ahead and add that pumpkin whipped cream that we just made. A little more pumpkin spice again, or cinnamon if you wish. And voila, the drink is ready. Now in the background here, you're probably seeing, oh, she has pumpkin spice syrup here. Yes, I do. But I don't use this very often. Simply, like I said earlier, my kidneys are very sensitive to all the different sweeteners that you can add nowadays. But I do have this for company and for our kids here. They often come and make themselves drinks here. I like to mix my pumpkin whipped cream I put on top kind of into the drink. And it is really, really good. It's not overly sweet like the conventional pumpkin drinks you can buy from wherever, you know, coffee shops. It has a hint of sweetness. And then with the pumpkin flavors in there and the coffee, oh my gosh, it's so good. I very rarely buy myself a drink uptown anymore because I like my own so much better. What we sometimes do is when we head to the city, we'll even make our own drink and take it along for the ride. It is so good. This won't last me very long, but okay, I'll flip you around and just share with you a little bit what I've all got set up here. And then we'll go ahead and get started. I feel like this video is going to be a little bit long, so my apologies. These are the few things that I did purchase new this year, and that is this cute little wreath. I thought it was so pretty, as well as this rustic looking pumpkin. To me, it looks like it is from grape branches or grapevine branches formed into a pumpkin. It looks so rustic. I absolutely love it. You plug it in and it lights up. And then I got this amber soap dish bottle for the kitchen sink, as well as I got only 1 new candle this year. Should be pretty proud of me. For those of you that know me, I absolutely love candles. I've burned this one a little bit already. It smells really good. And then just okay, so those are the items. I think I got these mushrooms at Hobby Lobby as well. I'm just trying to think of where I got these items because it's quite a while ago when I went with my husband on the road, and all of these items here were 50% off. And then I got this little lamp from Winners. Oh, this is from Winners as well, actually, the candle. It is a lamp for a candle warmer. I thought that was really cute. And then I got a soap just for the bathroom. I made myself some pillow covers. I'm really loving this dark green. And guess out of what I made them, I had gotten myself a comforter set actually with points from our local grocery store. You are able to collect points and then you can receive free things. And I got this comforter set, and there was two long pillow shams in there that I did not use in the bed. So I decided to cut them in half, and that gave me 4 pillow covers. I also got a new sheet set. I don't know if you can see that. It's dark green background with little white flowers, and this comforter is so comfortable. Today is actually on the weekend, and now I'm going to be making apple pie. My husband requested apple pie, and we got a bunch of apples from my sister's grandson's farmyard. So we're going to be making apple pie today. I don't know what type of apples these are, honestly, but I do know they're absolutely delicious. So a while ago on one of my videos, I was sharing the Candle Co. company that I absolutely love. They are a clean burning candle. They have no chemicals or anything like that in them. And this is the apple pie one, and it smells amazing, and I haven't even lit it yet. So this is what I will be burning while I'm making apple pie. I thought that would be very appropriate. Today I will be doing the full recipe that is on here, which is the full block. Even though I am only making a 9 by 13 pan apple pie today, you can freeze the extra pie crust that is left over. If I'm going to go through this whole mess anyhow, I may as well do the whole thing, right? And I'll have to say, I do not enjoy making pie crust. I do not. Goodness, when it comes to pie, I know homemade always tastes the best, but I would almost just as soon buy a pie than make it. But my family does request that I do make a homemade pie crust. So, and they always claim that my homemade pie is the best. So to this, I cut up the pieces of butter. And to this, I will be adding about 5 cups of flour. Now the recipe says 5.5 all-purpose flour, but I'm doing 5 because I always like to test it out first and see if I do need more flour or not, because I don't like to how should I say it? I don't like to make the pie crust. The more flour you add, the less flakier the pie crust is. Maybe that's how I should explain it. Now it says 2 teaspoons of salt, but we like the pie crust a little more salty, so I do a little extra salt. And then we will go ahead and crack our egg into the measuring cup here. And to this, I will add my vinegar. It's about 2.5 tablespoons for the 15 ml. It's approximate. I do a lot of things not exactly to the T of a recipe. And then to this mixture, you want to add a full cup of cold water in here. I'm not really sure why I'm explaining this all to you, because it's all right here. Very simple, straightforward. Now I do have a, I do have one of these things to smush it all up. I forget what this is called. Probably because I hardly ever use it, because I will just use my hands. I know you can use that gadget, and I have in the past, but I feel like I often end up going in there with my hands anyhow afterwards. I know I have read somewhere before, well, the temperature of your hands is going to change the consistency. Well, I've never noticed that it makes a difference. So I feel like it is just easier for me to go in here with my hands versus using that tool, because it always gets stuck full of all the dough and you have to clean it constantly in between. And your hands are your best gadget. Wash your hands, you have clean hands, and just use your hands, in my point of view. But if you like using that gadget, you go ahead and use it. Pastry cutter, right? That's what it's called. I think it's called a pastry cutter. See, then you can tell how very rarely I use it. But with your hands, you can feel so nicely the lumps that are in there and what still needs to be, like how long you need to crumble everything up, because your hands can feel it so much better than the pastry cutter would be able to. There you just have to do it more with your eyes, and here you can feel it with your hands. And I don't know if I did mention this earlier, I have done different pie recipes. I've tried all kinds of different homemade pie recipes in the past, but I don't know, they've never turned out very good. And my sister makes the absolute best pies. She is a good pie baker. And so one time I asked her, because everybody loves her pies. And I said, can I please have your pie dough recipe? Everyone just loves your pies so much and they always turn out so good. Could you give me the recipe of your pie, or is that a secret recipe? She gets out the Tender Flake package and she says, here, the recipe is right on here. So that's the recipe she uses, and her pie crust is always so good. And like I said, all I do is add a little bit of butter to it as well. I like the flavor of the butter in there. There, I've got it nice and crumbly now. And then, so to this, I'm going to go ahead and add my liquid here. Now, this is where it gets a little bit messy. And so before I added only 5 cups of flour versus the 5.5. Now when I'm making my dough, I'll be able to feel if it needs the extra half of flour or not. And this is a very sticky situation. And you don't want to overmix it, because I feel like if you overmix it, then the dough doesn't turn out as good. So not as flaky. So I'm going to go ahead and clean myself up. And then we will put part of it onto the counter surface, and then I'll add a little more flour. I normally don't use a glass pan for making apple pie. For Thanksgiving, when our kids will be coming home, I will be making a giant cookie sheet of apple pie and pumpkin pie, of course. Now, one of the things that I do is I always pre-bake my bottom pie crust before I add my apples or the top pie crust on it, because I am very picky when it comes to pie crust. I don't like my dough or my crust to be doughy. So I will pre-bake this slightly, And I'm poking holes in it just so it doesn't get all those bubbles. So I'm just going to go ahead and add some egg whites to the crust here. And that will prevent the crust from getting soggy. It kind of seals it up, actually. It's like a sealer. I've got my top crust rolled out here already while we're waiting for the bottom crust to bake just slightly. And so this is what I have left over from that whole recipe that I made. And I'm going to go ahead and just wrap it in saran wrap and then put it in a Ziploc bag and stick it into the freezer till next time. So the bottom pie crust has pre-baked now just very slightly. And I'm going to go ahead and add this apple mixture. My husband, he peeled and cut up all the apples, and there is cinnamon and brown sugar in here. I do sometimes add strawberry jello powder to this mixture. My mom used to do that all the time. It gives it an extra yummy flavor, plus it acts a little bit like a thickener as well. But I didn't have any strawberry jello powder today, so it will be brown sugar and cinnamon and apples. And I like a nice thick layer of apples. I know some people, they pre-cook this mixture, but when I'm eating apple pie, I don't like it to be mushy. I like it so that the apples still have a little bit of they need to be tender, but not like overly tender. I don't mind if they have still a little bit of a crunch to it, really. But when you cook the mixture, I always find that the apple pie is just mushy, and I don't care for that. So we will go ahead and add our top crust to this. Just kind of gently push the pie crust down. Actually, before I cut it, I was going to go ahead and start here, but then I remembered, you know, pie crust always shrinks, and I like to give it a generous amount on the inside and just kind of push it down to seal it nicely. Now, I'm not saying this pie crust won't shrink. It probably still will. But this way, if you spread it on there and then cut it first and then push it down, then it often ends up not being enough pie crust on top. So I like to push it down first and then take and trim the excess off. I'm by all means not a professional pie maker whatsoever, and I don't make pie very often, but fall is definitely a time where I do make most of the pies throughout the whole year, because it's fall, we've got the apples, we've got the pumpkin, and we all love apple and pumpkin pies around here. Our kids, when they come for Thanksgiving, they always expect pumpkin and apple pie. If I all of a sudden did not have either one of those pies for Thanksgiving, I think they would leave. No, they wouldn't leave, but they would definitely be disappointed if there was no pie. Okay, so I'm just adding a little bit of sugar on the top, as well as a sprinkle of cinnamon on the top. I don't know, I just like that. I like that look. My mom always did the sugar on top, but I decided to add a little bit of cinnamon on the top as well. Look at that. And it is ready to go into the oven. Now, I can't tell you how long to bake it. I think it's ½ hour to 40 minutes, but I just keep an eye on it. And once it's all nice and bubbly and the top is all nice and golden brown, then I know it's ready to be taken out of the oven. Okay, so apparently I am not done with the video for today. We have a small piece of pie crust left.
And guess what? We're gonna make pumpkin pie.
The excess that I cut off around the pie will give actually a small pie crust. So we're going to do pumpkin.
Right.
We're going to make a pumpkin pie as well, a small one.
How much of this should we?
So we will add 1 egg, pumpkin spice, cinnamon, and sugar. But I don't know the measurements because I do not measure it. I do it to taste. If you want an exact measurements for pumpkin pie filling, you are at the wrong place. You'll have to find a different channel for that because I have in the past followed a pumpkin filling pie recipe and I never liked it. So I just started to do my own thing and did whatever I wanted. Yeah, maybe about that much. Yeah, maybe about half a teaspoon. That pumpkin spice here
It's very strong.
yeah, this pumpkin spice that I have is really strong. I make my pumpkin drinks out of this and you need just a little bit of it, but I think you did what, a half a teaspoon?
Half a teaspoon.
And then some cinnamon, yeah.
3/4 teaspoon.
About 3/4 teaspoon is good, yeah.
And then
I don't know how much sugar. I'll let you decide.
white or brown?
Do a little bit of each. Gives it a nice flavor to do a little bit of each. I might have to kind of puzzle this piece of crust together. All right, I have pre-baked this pie crust and we're gonna go ahead and add our pumpkin filling in here. And for the pumpkin pie, I don't care for having a topping on there. Some people put an extra pie crust topping on the top, but I don't like that. I like when I have apple and pumpkin pie, the more filling I taste, the better, and the less crust I have, the better. That's for myself, for my own liking. And that was actually just the perfect amount of pumpkin filling, even though we didn't even plan for it. Both of the pies turned out really delicious. We like to eat the apple pie with vanilla ice cream and the pumpkin pie with whipped cream topping. It was such a beautiful weekend last weekend. On Sunday, we decided to go and do a little bit of hiking. We had our grandson with, so I just wanted to share a little bit of that on here as well. You caught that. That's pretty good. Yeah. You found another one. Oh, that is so cool.
No, those are roses.
Oh, maybe. So that's 3 of them that we found. Actually, you found 2 of them and I found 1. And there's the other one. And then there's one further back. I don't know, because that's the dock that we thought we would find those on. But yes, it's September 28th. It's a beautiful, beautiful Sunday afternoon, and it is plus 30. Gorgeous weather, and we have one of our grandsons with and going hiking around Morden Lake. And we have found several statues or little figurines, I guess, of Jesus. And there's the other one. So that's the 3rd one. But I bet you if we would have kept going further back, probably would have seen more. And there was supposed to be the disciples on the little dock out there, but there was none. So my guess is maybe someone took them. If they'd seen them there, I don't know. Hey, I am back. It is now 4 in the afternoon. I think I started decorating around 9 a.m. I'm finished now. I did go uptown in between though, and I had quite a few phone interruptions, but I was hoping to have it done sooner. But I don't have time to clean the house yet and share that with you. I need to close the video up today so that I can finish editing it tomorrow and uploading it. For those of you that might not know, it takes hours and hours of editing after you have spent a whole day of filming. I usually, for a home video, I'll spend most of the day filming, and then the following day, most of the day editing. So it is a ton of work. Let me just say that. And I know for my son and daughter-in-law, my daughter-in-law edits their videos, and she said too, you know, I never knew it was so much work and it takes so long editing. Yes, it does. So with that being said, I have a little announcement to make. I don't know if I mentioned it at the beginning of the video or not. I can't remember. I guess I'll find out when I edit the video if I said it or not. But I think this will be my last video for the month of October. I may have one more. That is if I go with my husband on the road and I want to share a fun trip with you maybe. I don't know if I will. But if I do, I will share that with you. But other than that, this will be my last video for the month of October. Reason being is, I have shared with you basically all the things I wanted to share with you, with the decorating and the pie making and all that being said. I need a little break. I have spent many hours filming and editing, like I said, over the last months, and it's just been very busy and very hectic, and I feel like I need a little break. So my plan is I'm going to still be uploading videos, but the videos will be from last year, October. On my old channel, I had all these videos on there, and I really would like to share them on here as well. And I don't know if I'm going to combine them all into one October video. I know a lot of YouTube editors do that, like a full decorating marathon. I don't have that many just decorating, so I don't know if I will do them all in one or have 3 weeks of separate videos. However, when I do share those videos with you from last year, I will put in the description box and it will say repost. That way you know that it's not a new video, but it is from last year. But I hope you will still enjoy that. I just need to take a little bit of time for myself. For many reasons, I need rest. And also, I am working with my work into possibly retirement or early retirement. I'm not 100% sure yet. We are talking back and forth about it. My magic 80 would be in 2 years. I am going back and forth about that. I have not quite made the decision yet. I'm still pondering it and praying about it. So yeah, I haven't quite decided yet if I want to share my health issues here on YouTube. Maybe I will in the future. But I gotta head out to the city this week again to get injections, and I just have a whole lot of stuff going on, and I'm working with different things and different herbs and vitamins and minerals, and all these different things play a big factor in me needing a little bit of a breather. I hope you will all understand. I'm looking forward to being back, but I'm also looking forward to just taking a bit of a break. Now, with that being said, I am still going to be making craft videos on my craft channel because those are very relaxing and very easy to do. It's kind of like therapy for me when I craft. So I will continue making craft videos. And if you want to know about life updates, check out Thursday's videos on there when I work on my gratitude journal. And I'll share some updates on there with you. But other than that, yes, I will just be reposting videos from last year. Hope you all understand. You're probably wondering, well, okay, you've decorated. Aren't you going to show us what you did? Yes, I will. I'm going to go ahead and just say thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope you will have a blessed Thanksgiving with your family and your loved ones. And we will talk to you soon. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around and just share with you a little bit how I decorated. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. It will be a little bit of a lengthy one, but I just wanted to get it all in there. So thanks for being here.